book and you don't really want none, but
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Dalton, 1st and 10. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much, right?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Switch up. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield here, Dalton. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Andy Dalton now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins got home that time. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
56, right there, 56.
From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10.
29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
6 man. 93, 52, 93, 40,
Throwing again. Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Well, he's free going down the left. And at the end of it, he stripped. Ball comes loose. And the Jags grab it.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster. And we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out of it, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
On 2nd down now. It's Grant, and forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turn to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
44 to Mike. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Hey, echo.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Jordan Evans coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case,
and Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Geno Atkins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Jackson. And an alley to Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Now Joe Mixon, and he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Telvin Smith, he was 3rd in the AFC in tackling a year ago, there to bring him down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. Hey, Charlie. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Check.
And Dalton to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 3rd down. A shot here for Dalton. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Check hot route.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Von Miller. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. Looking long for Westbrook. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Move.
Andy Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pep.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Philip Lindsay. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Now Bullock to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. He's going to go deep, and that's caught inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson, and he slings one that's incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3, cut, ball's out of his hand.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Jordan Willis. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. On third down, Grant. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check. Both the mic.
Here you go, 368.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, Harry.
Hey, Haywood.
To throw again. Dalton. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
He's checking. Crash.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And I think the ball's out.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. On the ground, it's Geis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL tackle for loss.
Hard to believe.
And he lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you give a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
A minute 52 to play until halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
44's the mic. Check.
First and 10 for Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They toss to Mixon. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Hatchet. Kill. 368.
On 2nd down, Mixon. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Bullock's kick is good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about team scripting play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Jackson is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Now Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Nick Vigil. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Jackson from the shotgun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long. And they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
Throwing again. Dalton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Mixon. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Brings up 3rd down.
368.
Watch out.
2 by 2. Move.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the first here. He needed the 35, but didn't make it. He needed 9. He got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. And Bullock will put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he simply... taking a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, man, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Derwin James, an all-pro as a rookie last year, up from his safety spot to make the tackle. Throwing is Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. Now on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time.
And it'll be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he is met quickly in the back. Field, down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 9.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here you go, 368. Regular.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On third down, Dalton. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Touchdown, Jaguar! And the Jaguars get a score closer.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will get them one closer. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A big play there for Cincinnati. Give him 69 yards on the ground.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Double up. He's coming, double up. Spoke to Mike. Mike spoke.
They'll run with Lindsey. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long fourth and goal. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Bullock's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That's complete to his running back, Grant. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 44. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. The tight end set the valve, the intended receiver. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. The toss play to Mixon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
Brings up third down and goal.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Randy Bullock on for the field goal.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it's 3rd and short. From the gun, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jordan Willis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Reed. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
To throw here, Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
No gain on the play.
Oh, passing it. Dalton. His throw caught at about the 5. And what are the whistles?